Rightio, we're here to learn something today. Obviously, like a lot of speculation around the All-Star format has been going on for years now. Like the All-Star game has changed, I think, every single year for the past 4 years in a row. And to be completely honest, I've got some sort of idea on what's going on this year in terms of like a round robin sort of format. We're watching a video today. It's just a quick one from a broadcast on the NBA on NBC. Basically just explaining what the format is, how it's going to go down, what the teams are, all of that sort of stuff. So we're just sort of going to learn something today. Yeah, I will be interested to see what the format looks like, whether players actually commit to it, because that has been the biggest thing over the last few years is players are struggling to commit to the All-Star game. And that's why it's changed so many times in the last few years. And that's why I think it will continue to change in years to come, because it is really hard to find a format that players are actually going to enjoy these days. But without further ado, before we talk any more about it, let's get into watching this video. Rightio, I hope my camera's not too far in the way of anything here. I think it'll be alright down here. But yeah, it's basically just, we've got a 3-minute video explaining the All-Star format. I hope the audio is okay. I'm pretty sure it's all adjusted to what I want it to be. So we'll see how it goes. The audio wasn't too bad last time with my other reaction videos, so let's just... It's all a trial process at the moment, so bear with me if something isn't working how it should. I will try and pause the video when I talk, because I don't really want to talk over the video, because then it will sort of confuse some people. Alrighty, let's see what we've got.
We're here to tell you again. We're going to give you the format for the 2026 All-Star Game at the Intuit Dome in LA. It's going to feature 2 teams of U.S. players and 1 team of international players known as
2 U.S.,
team.
1.
They'll be competing in a round.
See, that to me... I get that there is... Provided there is a lot more US teams than there is like US-born players as opposed to world-born players. But in the last few years, I think the last time a US player won the MVP was 2018 in James Harden. I think that was dead set the last time, because it's been Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's been Nikola Jokic. Provided Nikola Jokic has been on a reign of terror for the last 5 years, so you can't really go too far into that. But I think putting so many different places onto one team, provided if you did like a Canada team or a European team, you probably don't have enough numbers to fill it. But I also think at the same time, if you were going to put it down to USA B and USA A, I think that kind of pigeonholes the selection process. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but if you were to do teams like this, you have to have a certain amount of players on either team. So one goes on to the USA B, and however many people go on to the USA A. What happens in a world where the world team has too many players? Because provided this season we're going to have Giannis, we're going to have Shai, we're going to have Nikola Jokic, we're going to have there is a lot of international players at the moment. And what happened? Did they miss out completely if it just so happens that Team World has filled all its spots? The selection process also happened to, if Team World didn't actually deserve that many spots on a roster, does that get filled out with USA players? Or does that just get filled out with other world players that probably didn't deserve the All-Star Game selection? That's the bit that really sort of confuses me.
Round robin tournament that will include 4 12-minute games. The top 2 teams from the round robin will advance to face each other.
Oh, and just provided, I'll put it on the record, I'm not completely opposed to the USA versus World broadcast and the idea of that game, but the round robin process, don't like it. Hate it. It's called the All-Star Game, not the All-Star Games. So I don't like it. But anyway,
other in the championship game, and the 3 teams will each have a minimum of 8 players. Now, the All-Star selection process will not change, but in a new twist, the 24 All-Stars will be selected without regard to their position.
So they get selected without regards to their position, but the selection process doesn't change. So that still begs the question, can Team World end up with 4 players on their team? And can both Team USAs end up with 9 players on their roster? Like, both USA teams could have 9, 10 players on their roster. And then what if Team World only has 5 spots? You can't actually tell me that the selection process changes if you're tunneling it for just a USA versus World tournament. Because the selection process has to change somewhere. Because I guarantee you, all 3 rosters are going to have the same amount of players on them when the All-Star game kicks off. It just, I don't know, it doesn't make much sense to me.
Hear what the players think of this new format.
And we got Shay on the mic, I think.
Blessed and honored the opportunity to represent the world in this new All-Star format. It would be amazing. I like playing for my country. It puts a little pride on my shoulders when I play naturally. So adding that.
So Shay's not actually playing for his country. He's playing for Team World. Shay, we all know, is Canadian, probably the best Canadian basketball player of all time. Steve Nash is up in that conversation. Who knows? It's up for debate, but Shay's not playing for his country. He's playing for the world. The only teams that are playing for their country is Team USA. So why Shay's not actually playing for his country, Canada? That's what the FIBA basketball tournaments are for. That's what the World Cups are for. That's what the Olympics are for. Bringing it into the NBA as well just seems really strange.
What should be cool and a nice little wrinkle.
I'm excited about the new format. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the fans. I think it's going to be fun for players to be able to represent their countries. It'll be new, so I'm excited to just be an all-star. That's the goal.
And it says, like, it keeps saying, representing countries. You're not really, you're representing the rest of the world, because obviously the USA is a big demographic, being, the NBA is in the US, so you're going to have more US players than anyone else. But anybody who's playing that's outside of the USA is playing for their own country. Don't get me wrong, they are actually wearing jerseys that say USA on them. But Team World is just a collection of people from around the world trying to show that they're better than the US? Is that sort of how, I'm trying to understand it.
To be on that stage is always a pleasure.
I love the new twist, and you heard Shay talking about it, like being able to represent his country, how that will feel in representing the world team. But just describe the difference and what it feels like to say wear Team USA on your jersey when you're going out to play ball.
Yeah, we're having that experience 4 times, in 4 Olympics and in 1 World Championship. It's a different feeling that you feel when you run out there on that court.
But see, once again, it's the Olympics and it's World Championships, and it's not just an all-star game.
Or you run out there, that locker room, the ride to the game, just that conversation, understanding what's at stake here. Now, granted, this is not, Olympic basketball, but this is the same type of pride and the same type of ego you have to have when you go out there to play that.
In terms of pride, I don't know if I agree. Because once again, Team World is not unless Team World, they have on their jerseys, like say Shay, for example, would have the Canadian flag on his jersey. Jokic should have the Serbian flag on his jersey. Luka Doncic should have the Slovenian flag. Like, if they did something like that, that would make a little more sense to me. But in terms of the USA, respectfully, is playing for their country. The world, on the other hand, it will feel less like that. So I don't know how I feel.
This is an incredible format, I would say. And you can hear the excitement in Shay. Like, when he get a chance to represent for his country, he feels different. And I'm sure everybody else who have that opportunity will feel the same way.
It's nothing like putting that jersey on, and when you look down, you see USA on it. as you're playing for your country. And regardless of this format, USA A and B, you're still representing your country because you lose this game, they're going to say you guys lost to the world. You know what I'm saying? So you're representing your country, not only yourself. So
To me, it just like the way that Vince Carter explained it then is it's just like it's the USA trying to put on show that they are still the best in basketball, which provided they probably are and they will be for a very long time. But it's just, it seems very weighted in the sense of like, all right, it's time to show that we can beat all the best players from all around the world. So it seems kind of tacky and cliche to me a little bit, but yeah, like, look, for the most part, it's a decent idea. And it's provided we get the hard basketball that we have been looking for years and years and years, I'll be very happy. It'll be a great success, and that's exactly what we want from the All-Star format. We just want the stars to play hard. Because we have not gotten that in years and years and years. We just had to sit there, and it's like a scrimmage. They score 180 points in a game, and it just makes no sense. Like, nobody watches it. The watchability for it has gone down so much over the last few years. Thank you to NBC for that video. I think I sort of watched enough of it, like, to get enough of an idea of what it's going to be. The round robin tournament, it doesn't particularly sit right with me. Going back to a regular All-Star game would make so much more sense. I would not be as opposed to the idea if it was straight up. Team USA, Team World, they both come together as two rosters and then they played off in an actual game of basketball. Because I absolutely, like, I still watch the All-Star game year in and year out, no matter what happens, no matter what the format is. But the round robin I think it kills so much momentum in the game. And there is so, like, my biggest pet peeve with the All-Star game last year is how many advertisements we had to sit throughout the course of the entire 3 or 4 games or however many they played. It just, to me, really didn't sit right with me with how many advertisements would come up. Because every time there was a timeout in one of the games, the advertisements would roll. Every time there was a break in the games, there'd be 10 minutes worth of advertisements. Obviously, there was that NBA on TNT send-off as well, which provided it happened in the middle of a game. I was happy that they did it because Ernie, Shaq, Charles Kenny, they deserve all the flowers in the world. They're still going now, like, because they've signed the new deal with ESPN and whatnot. But at the time, it was unsure what they were going to do at that point in time. And it was provided their last season. I just didn't like that it got 5 minutes through the game and then they stopped for 25 minutes to do all these celebrations. Because you saw players sitting there sweating and they're just sitting there waiting for all these presentations to happen and all the speeches, and it shouldn't have happened in the middle of a game. It should have happened at the start or it should have happened at the end. That's just my opinion, and I just hope that the round robin doesn't bring that on again. Is that just constant advertisements, and it feels like you're getting more advertising than basketball. Because the basketball is what everybody wants to watch at the end of the day. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys sort of learnt a little bit about it, because I had an idea of what it was, but I wasn't exactly sure of the proper structure. So thank you for NBC for that video once again. Links are in the description for them. If you watch any sort of hoops, you probably know who they are already. They're the new people. They're the new TNT when it comes to basketball. So they've been doing some really good stuff. I appreciate them making the video, trying to help people understand it a little bit more. The talking from the players about their excitement for it. I hope it's a good one. I'm not completely writing it off because there is a chance for the All-Star game. Don't get me wrong. But I think I just have to see it to believe it. But yeah, that's everything I've got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. The liking and subscribing would be amazing. You guys have been loving short form content recently. The following has been going up and up, and I appreciate all of the support from you guys. it's just crazy every day. Like, I'm always looking, always seeing someone new engaging, someone new getting involved with the page. Like, it's great, and it makes me so happy to see that you guys are enjoying it. Thank you so much. Keep enjoying the hoops. I will talk to you guys in another few days' time. Short form content continues to come. It's not going to stop. So thank you guys so much. I will see you in another few days with another long form video, but we'll see when it happens. Thank you guys so much, and keep enjoying the hoops.